Hi, this is Simone from Chocolate Audio, and welcome to a new video showing off our newest instrument. Celestial is a sample Celesta for Kontakt, and it runs on Kontakt 5.5.2 and above. It needs the full version of Kontakt, and put it simply, is a sample Celesta. So, nothing really crazy, apart from the fact that we made sure that the sound was as perfectly usable as possible regarding tuning, regarding the usability of sound and the quality of the recording. Most of the times, while using sample Celestas, we found that a lot of them are out of tune, and a lot of them are not really usable straight away because they need a lot of intervention during mixing regarding notes that stick out really a lot compared to others. Some are others that ring too much and others not. So, we decided to sample our own Celestia for our own uses, and then we decided to release it for you. So this is pretty simple Celesta. Is a 4 octave Celesta. So it's got 49 keys from C3 to C7. So let's say the last 4 octaves of a piano, of a grand piano. And simply put, we have 4 different channels. One is the spot channel. And this is the spot channel. Then we have the Decca channel, which we worked on as a way. I mean, the goal was to have a channel that, blends very nicely with the spots, and you can of course trim the level. Then we added 2 extra channels. One is a diffuse, and the other one is hyped. And you can mix and match the all of the 4 channels in every way you like. So basically, of course, in terms of level, pan pot, width of the stereo image, and of course you also have a reverb send, which we will look at shortly. You can tune the Celesta at 440 or 440 using our interface, or of course you can make use of the tune parameter inside the instance of Kontakt, in whichever way you favor, basically. You can set the velocity response, which is very log in this case because the Celesta doesn't have a really high, let's say, dynamic range. So that the response can be, almost realistic, let's say. Realistic. You have a realism kind of control that actually controls all of the realism controls here. So the release trails, the key off, and the pedal noise related to the sustain pedal, of course. And then we have the emulation of the cover, which means that you can basically, since we sampled the Celesta with the cover removed, you can emulate the fact that the cover is put on again. So, to compare. of course, the sound is a bit more mellow and a bit boxier, let's say. Then we have, like in our piano's interfaces, we have a master cue that can serve as a very good thing for, you know, trimming the equalization of the instrument. So, you know, it's almost a creative tool. In the advanced page, you have the control over the levels of, as we said before, release trace, key off, and pedal noise. And then you also have control over the envelope. So, of course, you can create, you know, pad-like sounds. So, you know, envelopes. Then we have the effects page where we have the equalizer for each single set channel, which has a, and this equalizer has a totally different approach compared to the main equalizer. So you get basically different sounds out of it. And we have an IR reverb with all of our library, so more than 100 custom made by ourselves impulse responses from real spaces and hardwares. A compressor, which is, I mean, I will say rarely used on a Celesta, but it can turn into, you know, some kind of pretty colorful effect, let's say. You can create, you know, kind of crazy effects with it. On the master, at the master level, you have the width, stereo width, and a swap left and right, of course. You also have the chance to save and manage basically your own presets. You can purge the muted channels from RAM, so I mean the footprint is really small if you want, and of course as soon as you unmute, the purge gets undone, of course. We have a selection of 17 different presets, and I'm going to dive through them quickly. So let me recall the default. Preset number 2 is orchestrated. Then we have covered. The boxier sound I was describing you before. False sustain, which is something that we created that, I mean, of course it reacts to the sustain pedal, but it's made for those sequences you might have with those, you know, off-the-shelf Celestas that basically sustain the sound by itself. As you can see, the release time is to the max. So basically, the Celesta will sustain until the end of each single sample without pressing the sustain pedal. Then we have bell-like. So the top end is, you know, more open. And of course, when you release this, the sustain pedal, all of the, you know, let's say reverberating parts of the Decca, diffuse, and hyped get on resonating naturally. So, you know, it's pretty effective. Bigfoot. this is an exaggeration of the proximity effect in the microphones. Of course, it's something, kind of strange. Haunting. Oops, sorry. Icelandic. Narrow. Sorry. So with a less wide stereo image. Up and close, and internal. Come and go. Odd ends. Fluty pad. Muted hallway. Reverse. Reacting in a different way based on how long you keep the keys depressed. And that's it. So, well, thanks a lot for listening, and I hope to have you back soon on our pages. Bye.